in the data from YouTube we have, they all contributed significantly to the search results. So if any of them is missing, actually the text modality contributes more because I would say because of the maturity of the text retrieval techniques. The content modality has its own problems because even they have such feature types, sometimes it's not perfectly correct. Like because it depends on the classification. If the classification is not 100% correct, so the retrieval result will be problematic. But the texture modality, once you have those words there, the text retrieval will give you the result without much errors. Yeah.
Okay. And about the document similarity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is it only a keyword match or it's a comparison of two vectors? Because in a demo, the number of keywords is very small, only 1, 2, 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
But your training data set is extracted from the website, so the information is much more, right? So you compare these keywords with the whole metadata or tag. So is this only matching?
Actually, in the system implementation, we rely on the YouTube API. So what I understand from the YouTube API, it does have some, how to say that, the ranking function. It's not simply keyword matching. It's, if I'm not wrong, it's so-called BM25 matching formula or something like that. Or it's called document ranking, or score ranking function. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So, I mean, I have no idea how exactly YouTube works. I mean,
yeah.
What is the formula?
Yeah, right.
But I can imagine that, you have some.
Yeah, that's right.
So, some terms are more important than others.
Exactly. But yeah, we are not sure that shouldn't be just simple keyword matching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any?
So yeah, I mean, then I have some questions.
Yeah.
So your vector space model seems to be binary. So you have only 0 and 1.
Document vector, right? Yeah.
Yes. So the question is, okay, first of all, where the words come from? It looks like you have, because you have different fields and they kind of behave in a different way.
You mean the words? The original metadata?
For some entries, you probably have controlled vocabulary. Somebody has said this is wrong, this is classic, or something like that.
You're talking about the document vector, right?
Yes. No, we are talking about, okay, if you go to the representation what you get from YouTube.
Representation?
Yeah, I mean, on the...
A YouTube page, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's somewhere around the
personalization here. So,
I mean, it was somewhere in the beginning you have like different fields. So you have like, you have the title, you have different kind of information.
yeah.
So,
go ahead.
Yeah. So, I mean, here you have tag us, you have classic, rock, the Beatles, and whatever. So this is more like a controlled vocabulary which is likely to be shared with other documents. So those are like, kind of good selective keywords and probably also like multi-word terms. So you probably want to index them in one particular way. But if you extract, terms from the text above, where if this is a song by Beatles and whatever, words, you have to treat them in a different way, right? I mean, first of all, you probably need a stop list to ignore some of the words. Second of all, you probably want different kinds of weights for them. Then you probably want some kind of normalization, plural and singular, maybe you want to normalize them or do some kind of stemming. Or,
Yes.
I mean, are they doing these kind of things, or are they like?
No, actually, the thing is in the document vector modeling of the text field, all those techniques were employed in the search engine we just showed. But the thing is, we modeled them as a whole document. We didn't really separate it into different fields in the metadata modality.
So this means that the textual description, let it be a song, blah blah, and the text that comes from tag us are concatenated into one
document.
document.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do some elaboration on this direction, but at that time we didn't do this. We focused more on the content part. Yeah, then we consider all the text field as a whole to do the document retrieval. Yeah.
And I guess you at least eliminated the stop words.
Okay, of course, that's for sure. You have to underline the document processing. You have stemming, stop words, elimination, and the final ranking score, or something like that. Also, actually, we also did some extension to the document, like the term frequency.
Yes.
idea. Yeah, we use percent similarity instead of Euclidean.
Actually, yeah, this was another question that I wanted to ask.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the Euclidean is equivalent to cosine if you have 0, 1 vectors.
No, Euclidean is not equivalent to cosine.
Okay, it's not.
It's equivalent
yes,
to.
Yes, it's equivalent to. I mean, Euclidean is equivalent to cosine if you have length 1 vectors.
Yes,
because
but that's not.
2 plus something, right?
But that's not nice one.
Okay, you are not now. Okay.
But in the.
Yeah, I mean, TF-IDF or something like that is definitely important.
Yeah.
So, another thing that I have about your example, Beatles is spelled with just one T.
Yeah, program misspells.
And I mean, you have it also in the demo.
Yeah.
You are searching for Beatles without T.
I did give some reason because I've just told you on the demo we relied on the YouTube API, so they may have some underlying processing to increase the process.
Yeah, this actually comes to another question that I wanted to ask. Do you do something about misspelled words and things like that?
For now, we don't do that also. For text modality search, we relied on the YouTube API. The detailed technique we really don't know, as you have pointed out. But I would say probably the most popular state-of-the-art text processing or text retrieval techniques they may have employed in the system. Yeah. So far it gives us reasonable results.
So do you believe there is a distance measure plays a role here? For example, in insofar used to this Euclidean distance, but there are many other distance measures, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So do you think it is necessary to investigate different kind of distance measure?
Different kinds of distance measures?
Yeah.
You mean different kinds of distance measures in general or for text?
Yeah, for this particular.
Yeah. For different aspects, basically, for different types of feature vectors.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, there are, for text people have been using very different kinds of similarity measures, and the cosine similarity measure is the most important, one of the most widely used one, but for text of different kinds of characteristics, you might want to use other kinds, say like, if you have some titles and you hypothesize that this title, comes from, say, the last sentence of the abstract or from a particular part of the document or something, and if you want to find it, you probably want to use something like the dice coefficient or something like that. Okay. And also similarity measures, I mean, they can be defined not necessarily in words, they can be defined on some more, yeah, I mean, they can be phrases, they can be things that involve part of speech, or they can involve things like some kind of syntactic information, like dependency relations.
Right, even semantic related means.
And some people are using what kernel methods defined over, okay, they can be defined, the simplest ones are defined over the words, or just possibilities, nouns, adjectives. Maybe we trust nouns more than adjectives, they are kind of more important, things like that. Okay, but others can be defined over dependency relations, like this word is dependent on that word, this is the argument of the verb, this is the subject of the verb, things like that. Or they can be defined over syntactic trees, so that you have, say, like if you are comparing this sentence with that sentence, and you see how similar they are syntactic trees. Right. And then others can be defined over full graphs. Right. So yeah, these things are important if you want to solve a problem like that. Say, suppose you have a sentence, and so I have told